first I would say we would be remiss if we did not bring up this team, right? As avid supporters ourselves, since the head coach got there, Colorado.
Well, let's get it.
Colorado versus Baylor game. I know you watched it. I know I watched
the end of it.
I watched the game. Absolutely the end. It was crazy.
I kind of lost it at brunch, so
hey,
I caught the end of the game though.
That's fine. That's fine.
You know
as long as you caught the end of the game, because that's where all the magic happens.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So with all that being said, top 5 is the question, right? Not top 5 players, not top 5. Top 5. Where are you putting Travis Hunter right now in draft conversations? Because personally, I feel like if anything, this weekend that just passed, forget everything we knew about. And you might as well say you can't forget everything we knew about because he was already on. But did this weekend cement anything for you in top 5? Is he in your top 5 draft picks for this upcoming draft or no?
I'm going to say this. If he's going in as a DB, actually first let me say this. The answer to your question is I'm unsure yet right now.
Okay.
However, my only issue with him is he's just little.
Okay.
He's very, very small. But he's big on the field.
He's gotten bigger though.
Yeah, he has gotten bigger.
Okay.
Coming out the gate right now, he little, dog. So I don't expect him to go out there and tackle a nigga like Derrick Henry in the open field. I wouldn't expect that. I don't expect him to make a tackle in the open field against a nigga like David Montgomery or Kenneth Walker.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't expect him to make those plays.
Okay.
Not doubting him, but
you don't expect.
I don't expect you to do that. I get it. Because
right.
Once you're getting paid to do this, you got to make business decisions. And
absolutely.
We'll talk about that later when we get to the Raiders. But to answer your question, if he was going in as a wide receiver, absolutely top 5.
Okay.
Absolutely. And once you get him on the roster, bro, you can pretty much do what you want with him because I think he's a good returner. He's great on offense. He's great on defense. There's no denying that, bro. Like, it's just the size and what you're asking a man that small to do on defense in the professional level.
Okay. So, as a receiver, you say top 5.
Most definitely.
As a cornerback.
Still need to get bigger.
As a quarterback.
Cornerback, I don't see no corners going top 5. I don't see a reason for a corner to go top 5.
It's happened.
It has, and how many times? And how many times was it very necessary?
I don't think it's always necessary. Now, top 10, absolutely.
Yeah.
But top 5, I don't know.
Especially when so many teams need good quarterback play. Especially when so many teams need good pass rushing. Solid pass rushing, you know what I'm saying? Especially when so many teams need a running game.
Okay.
So many teams need wide receivers to get, because it's turned into a passing league now.
I understand.
Not saying that DBs aren't top priority, but you know what? I need to get this before I can waste my talents on this, you know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Because it's so easy to take a cornerback out the game.
Yeah.
You can't dodge
because
these.
You don't have to
dodge a pass rush.
You don't have to throw.
Exactly. You don't have to run to him. So they have to find ways to make niggas like him,
so
part of their game plan.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, for me, regardless of if he is a wide receiver or a cornerback, because at the end of the day, you can use him for either or, right? Wide receiver or cornerback, top 5 easy. Top 5 easy to me.
Wide receiver absolutely.
Wide receiver or cornerback for me, top 5 easy. And I personally think that his skill set changes the game, especially with this new dynamic, because it ain't been nothing dynamic about that kick return. But this is new dynamic kick return, which I think they're going to make some revisions to, because you're going to either have to,
because they still want to see returns.
Yeah, you still want to see returns, so you're going to have to push them back.
If it's going to be a touchback
to where
every game, I don't want to see that
something.
Play.
Absolutely. So they're going to make some adjustments to that, but give me him top 5 for sure.
And I'm not arguing that.
No, I like
I'll drink to it, actually.
I like your thoughts on that too.
I've been thinking about it for a while though.
Yeah. Let's get it, son.
Let's get it.
Reincarnated. faded. I was stargazing. Life goes on, I need all my babies. Woke up looking for the broccoli. High key, keep a horn on me. That could my seat. IP ownership, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet. By me. By me.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is episode 5 of season 3 of the Dawg Money Podcast. I go by Money Marv, aka the Magnanimous, and I'm sitting here with my boy Big Chubbs. And we got our boy Drew Shiesty, aka Man Drew on the ones and twos.
AKA Man Jarvis. Happy belated birthday to my brother.
Happy belated birthday to my dog.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
How was your birthday, man?
It was cool.
It took you that long to say that?
Hey, that's what happened at old age.
Hey, that nigga getting old.
You had to think about it.
We went to brunch. Got blasted.
I barely survived.
I survived.
That reminds me, I've turned into a mimosa guy now.
Hey,
Same.
mimosas be hitting,
I'm
bro.
about to put that Hennessy down, bro.
Mimosas be hitting, and mimosas will put you on your butt.
Yeah, but and then you can still get up and do what you got to do in the
smooth
morning.
nap, too.
Put me down for a good 45 minutes.
Yes, smooth
Oh,
nap.
yeah. Oh,
you wake
yeah.
up
I bounced
refreshed.
right back.
Woke up and caught the rest of that Colorado game.
You bounce back refreshed.
Yeah,
Hey.
I'm never denying brunch, bro.
I say for myself,
on the dead homies.
I'm mad I missed the brunch.
Yeah, I'm
personally.
mad too. But you had business. You had business though.
But yeah, we went to Oregon. How
was
Got a
that?
chance to see. It was smooth, man. It was really nice out there as far as seeing some family, seeing some nature, being out in the nature, kind of getting away from the house.
Looking at that green.
You know, it's actually refreshing. I'll say that. So got a chance to see all my little cousins' games. It was a weekend full of games, 4 games. Oh my God, dog. So 4 games, weekend full of games. They was balling, but it was busy.
That's what's
How
up,
was your
bro.
weekend, brother? I know
It
you
was
had
cool.
the brunch.
Man, we did a lot of celebrating. My godmother was in town.
Nice.
The one I told you we was supposed to go see in Chicago. And
Absolutely.
She reminds me to this day that we dropped the ball.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
dropped
so
the ball.
she cussing you out when she
You
see
dropped
you
the
too.
ball, sir.
Nah,
you dropped
Anyway,
the ball.
we celebrated her 75th.
Nice.
Very next day, we celebrated his. How old are you now, bro?
37.
Damn, you old, nigga.
Yeah, the time again.
37.
Good gracious.
Celebrated his birthday. Then the very next day, we celebrated Pop's birthday, whose birthday is actually tomorrow. So shout out to Marvin Holiday Sr.
go.
Shout out to them Libras, bro.
Shout out to Big Marv.
Pastor Marvin Holiday
Pastor Marvin
Sr.
Holiday Senior.
Yeah, man.
Happy birthday.
Big 60, bro.
Woo.
Yeah, Pop 60.
Hey, that's young. Really think of it.
Bro,
So,
and
60
how old
is
do
young.
he look?
You look good, bro.
He look like you still. So.
Pops look like he can still whoop all our ass.
He could.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, he look like it. I'm letting you know right now.
All right, don't let him watch the show and then he gonna be like, all right, man, you want to test these guns?
He don't watch this show no
You
more.
want to test these guns? Hey, what? You done pissed him off?
Yeah.
Talking about them Raiders?
Yes. He know not to watch this week.
Yeah,
We'll get into it
we
later
gonna
and
get
why I'm
there.
wearing this jersey.
We gonna get there. But before we go ahead and get there, we'll go ahead and address the NFL injuries. CMC. We'll start there. Right now on IR, we discussed that last week.
Been on IR.
Right?
Right now he's in Germany.
And he's seeking treatment in Germany. So he must have called the same people that Aaron Rodgers got that call from. Hey, man, I need that bionic.
But
foot."
Pete, when I first saw that, my first instinct was, how bad is this injury?
It has to be bad.
And how come we didn't know the intensity of it in the offseason? Because he was hurt in the offseason, but we were still expecting him to play week 1.
At least them fantasy owners
Bro.
was expecting
Yeah,
him to play week
bro.
one.
If I was one of them, I'd be hurt right now.
Man.
Especially in a league like
one?
ours.
Oh, man. It's that week to week matters.
Yeah.
So CMC, Man.
Bro, imagine if we had 18 players and you drafted Christian McCaffrey first.
it's a wrap.
Regardless of what
You're
your
done.
roster looked like, draft them through 18 people,
You're done.
it's a wrap,
You
bro.
already
You
gone.
might as well quit.
You already gone.
You might as well quit, bro.
You done already gave it up. Brock Purdy, back soreness, day to day. Do you expect that to be serious?
It's today's Tuesday, so it's kind of too early to be worried about it. Because when it's day to day, most likely they'll be good by Sunday.
Yes.
They do play Sunday this week. So
Yes. And
at Tuesday, I'm not worried about it. But if it's still day to day by like Friday, I'd be a little iffy about having him in my starting lineup.
absolutely. And then you had Trent Williams that got hurt, that went down a little bit during the game.
He finished the game though,
He
right?
did finish the game,
All
but that poses another issue. You know, you got an older cat, your main blocker, who you just just paid to protect your blind side for your quarterback who's hurt.
That you didn't really want to draft.
That you didn't want to draft. And now you also have Javon Hargrave, who is your defensive tackle, who is out for the season.
Who's the plug of the defense.
So, to me, I don't know. And this is before we get into the rest of the injuries. Do you feel like this is like the demise, especially at 1 and 2? I mean, they're not totally out of it just yet. But at 1 and 2, do you feel like with all these injuries that this is like the downturn of the 49ers window?
I feel like as long as these fools are still on their roster, they have the window is still open.
Okay.
However, it's only week 4 right now.
Yes.
So if you can get everybody on the roster and still win your division, that window hasn't closed just yet.
Right.
However, that division ain't sorry no more.
That division ain't sorry. And that window is going to be closed.
The Cardinals look nice.
They do look nice.
Seahawks are undefeated.
Yes, they are.
And the Rams are the Rams. They can be banged up, but somehow they find a way to figure that shit out.
They always figure out a way.
They figure it out.
I don't understand it.
I know that we give Bill Belichick a lot of respect, and we claim him to be one of the best coaches.
Yes.
Simply because he won. But McVay finds a way to do a lot with nothing, bro. And I respect that. I respect that.
Absolutely. And it's hard to deny what he's doing over there, especially with all the guys that he have out right now.
And he's still pulling out W's. Stop it.
Still eating them.
Stop it.
Eating them.
Yeah, I respect him so much as a coach, man. And it's very hard to bet against them, like every single week.
Yes.
Like regardless of who's in the lineup, I'll be iffy about betting against the Rams.
Honestly, I just leave them alone now, unless the team that they're playing is underdogs. I'm like, you know what?
I'm more comfortable betting on the Rams when they're underdogs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just to cover. You don't got to go out there and win. Most likely they do.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
But continue through the injuries. You got Joe Alt, Chargers rookie first round draft pick.
So unfortunate.
Absolutely. Who out with the MCL sprain. So he's right now doubtful versus the Chiefs.
And he's not bouncing back as quick as Jordan Love. This is a big boy.
Yes.
A big boy.
Yes. And them knees is different when you got it when you that massive.
Pause.
Yeah.
Shall I say?
You know what? I can't let that slide. I can't let that slide, brother.
Personal foul.
Bro,
sorry. Come on, man. It's too early for that.
I'm sorry.
You got Sam Laporta, ankle sprain day to day. Justin Herbert, ankle sprain.
He should have sat down this week.
What would you, before we get out of the injuries, what would you call this season already?
Basically, yeah. Why is all these niggas getting hurt?
Who are these niggas? That's what you about to start saying, because you're gonna see whoever you gonna see players you ain't never seen.
You know what's funny? It was a lot of talk about a lot of players wanting like turf changes and grass changes. Like they don't like the fields that they're playing on.
Yep.
And that's something that they kept bringing up in the FNL. What is it?
Super Bowl.
No,
always.
What's the organization that they have?
NFLPA.
NFLPA.
Yep.
So they've been bringing up a lot of a lot of their concerns about what they're playing on, because a lot of them are getting injuries that's mainly being caused by these fields. So.
Yeah, and it makes sense because you know, if you go back to week 1 when they went to, was it the Packers that went over to Dominican? What did
Packers and the Eagles
to DR?
Wait, Packers and Eagles?
I believe so. Yes, the field. Like honestly, the field makes a difference. The traction makes a difference.
Yeah. And you got to think, a lot of these people they're so much faster than what they were playing on in like back in the day.
Yes, absolutely.
90s. Like you never seen a 300-pound man run a 4.4 in 1990.
Turning, they need the
walking down running
the
backs.
Ability just to kind of shift, and with that grass not being stable enough, it makes a big difference.
Nose guards playing sideline to sideline, boy, that's
wild.
Crazy. Crazy.
Wild. You pushing 350 pounds
and sideline to sideline, running down running backs.
Wild in itself.
Yeah.
But that was the injury news. Hopefully, it did not affect your fantasy like it did for a lot of people. Hopefully, it did not affect your bets like it did for a lot of people, me included. However, we want to go ahead and shift over to the bum of the week. Right? Bringing that back. Bum, ba, bum, bum.
Yeah, let's go ahead and bring it back, man.
Bring him up on early. You got it?
When I think about doing this, I imagine that scene from New Jack City of Nino Brown about to kill G Money. And he couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Just, ooh.
Am I my brother's keeper? Yes.
Oh, anyway, Derwin James, man, he just got suspended for breaking the NFL policy that's supposed to be keeping these players healthy. Mm-hmm. So basically, he is still out there targeting like he's in college.
Yes.
Like it's wild to see because we've both been coaches, bro. We teach kids not to tackle like this, and we watch professionals do it with no remorse.
And it's not always just a safety thing for you. It's for them. It's for you.
Yeah, you too, bro. I've seen so many people not come off the field because of stuff like that. Well, not come off the field on their own will.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because of stuff like that.
Yes.
And I respect this player so much to just like not say nothing about him doing this. So yeah, man, you got to get the bum of the week for that, bro. Because not only can you hurt somebody else, you can really hurt yourself. And it's not only hurting you, it's hurting your family, your friends, and people that care about you. So yeah, it's time to make a better decision, bro.
And at the end of the day, although you are being competitive and you are on the opposite side, technically that's a fraternity in itself. Yeah. You're supposed to want to look out for the guys that's helping you help pay the bills.
Whether you like it or not, they are helping you pay the bills.
Helping you pay the bills, man. Like, what's crazy? That's wild. Like, you should be more cognizant.
There you go.
There we go.
Let the church say amen.
Of the decisions that you're making, because this could really hurt not just you, like you said, not just your family, like you said, but the opposite. Man, this is bottom line. This is dollar bills. You're talking about livelihoods. It's a lot of people that don't come back from them type of hits. You know, we've seen people become vegetables.
And then we've seen Antonio Brown become Antonio Brown.
CTE is a real thing. It's a real thing.
It's wild to think that he really kind of just snapped after one specific hit, and we just can't get that out of our minds.
And it happens.
Yeah.
And it happens. But, you know, bum of the week goes to Derwin James, for sure.
I'm sending prayers out to Derwin James, bro, because there's a lot of kids that look up to you, dog.
Absolutely.
I respect you too much as a safety because there's not a lot like you.
And he plays, and we might have mentioned that before, but he plays that old school type of safety.
He's the last person in the league that remind me of Sean Taylor, bro.
Yeah, and you can't do it now.
Yeah, and Sean Taylor didn't hit like that.
Yeah, you can't do it.
He was strictly shoulder pads, bro.
You can't do it. You can't do it. You got to protect yourself and others. Now we're gonna go over to the dog of the week. Right?
I'll let you do this one.
Nah, you got it.
The dog of the week has to go to none other than Jaden Daniels.
Washington Commanders.
Washington Commanders.
Man, was that
the Commanders?
Boom, 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 boom.
That is, oh my God, it's so lame.
Hey,
but hey, he was showing out this week.
21 for 23. 254 yards passing.
How many touchdowns?
2 touchdowns passing.
Okay.
He got sacked twice. No picks. He rushed the ball 12 times for 39 yards and a tutty.
Let me tell you about that last play, though.
Did it kill you?
It didn't kill me, but I know a lot of folks that it hurt.
Okay, bro. Let's talk about it.
Might as well get into the bad beat of the week while we're here.
Throw it out there.
Yeah, so not only is he getting dog of the week, he's getting bad beat of the week. So I mentioned last year, before we did the Super Bowl episode, that I don't like betting on quarterback rushing yards because it can be one small thing that just ruins your ticket.
Patrick Mahomes
did it again.
Yeah. I remember your story.
What we're trying to say is there's a quarterback and you can say he'll go for 35 yards rushing, and he does that, and he goes for 36. But the game is won. It's the end of the game. There's no need to run a play. So he takes a knee. In the process of taking the knee, he loses a yard, maybe a yard and a half, depending on maybe two, depending on how big that step is. And that can still cost you your money. That is one reason why I don't do quarterback rushing yards. I might do like Lamar Jackson.
Because you know he going to get over the yards.
Because you never know. He can
have wiggle room.
He can have a 25-yard rushing game or a 125-yard rushing game. I'll bet on the 125 coming more than the 25.
Absolutely.
So, with that being said, this same thing happened to Jaden Daniels this week. Oh my God. I think the line was at 40 yards, and he finished the game with 39 and a half. Or he finished the game with 39. The line was 40 and a half.
I wonder how many people had that line.
A lot.
Like that just
a lot.
They needed that to push that ticket over the top.
I seen at least 5 videos of people like pissed off about that. That went viral at least, you know.
You gotta blame yourself.
No, it's gambling, bro. You win some.
You gotta blame yourself.
You win some and you lose some, bro.
But you live to bet another day.
There's nothing guaranteed in this game, bro.
Hey, hats off to Patrick Mahomes for killing people's tickets with bad beats this weekend.
This time it was Jaden Daniels. Oh yeah,
hats off to Jaden Daniels too for killing off people's tickets with that rushing.
Pat again.
Man, that was wild. And I thought you were gonna go with Patrick Mahomes, but man,
I can also go Oakland Raiders.
Oh man,
Lord have mercy.
You know what? Let's talk about that really quick. Your thoughts, because I don't think we are talking about them today in our main coverage.
I didn't add it to our notes.
What is your thoughts right now? How do you go from beating the Ravens, right, to not even losing? Do you consider that losing? To getting smacked
foot to ass
by the Panthers.
Before I say anything, it's still free Bryce around here.
Free Bryce.
Get my boy out them shackles, man.
Hey.
But to answer your question, I think it was the wildest thing. Like, that's how you know, bro, there's nothing guaranteed when it comes to sports betting, because who in their wildest dreams would have thought that would have happened to the Las Vegas Raiders?
Nobody. And at halftime, I want to say it was like 30-something to 7, 28 to 7.
Yeah.
Like what?
What? Bro, this team was so bad, they benched their number 1 quarterback for an old Andy Dalton, who still got some game, by the way.
Who still has game for now. It'll wear out.
But the initial question is, how come we couldn't see any of that with Bryce James? Or Bryce James. I'm sorry, bro.
Bryce Young.
Hey, don't cut that. That's kind of funny. Bryce Young. We didn't see any of that with him, bro.
We definitely ain't see it with Bryce James.
LeBryce James.
LeBryce James.
Yeah, bro. I don't know what's going on in Carolina or in Charlotte with that football organization, but shout out to Andy Dalton for still having it in the tank. That's crazy.
Let me tell you something. This weekend probably was one of the worst weekends betting wise for just about everybody.
Oh,
right?
Well, it was for me.
It was absolutely for me.
You know how I lost, right?
How did you lose?
By 1 again.
NFL?
NFL.
Okay.
And I didn't put no straights in this week.
Yeah.
So no profit today.
Yeah. So, I mean, college was fine. NFL, terrible. When I say terrible, I mean every game that you would expect to cover or expect to win was a loss, right?
Yeah.
And we talking about, we'll start with
the exception of the Steelers.
And I just want to review it because it was so bad. Denver Broncos beat the Buccaneers.
Crazy.
26-7.
Crazy.
The Minnesota Vikings smacked the Houston Texans.
I don't think smacked is the right word.
What would you call it?
I'm going to just say foot to ass again.
Foot to ass. 34-7. Wild. You have, honestly, the Saints and the Eagles game was a lot closer than we thought.
That was the worst game I've ever seen, and I cut it off.
Yeah. Terribly played, but really the Saints really should have won that game.
They should have. However, you win some.
You lose some.
All right, then.
The Giants, 21-15. Deshaun Watson, rip up your contract, bro.
Yeah, man.
Throw that away. You might as well get that money back.
Shout out to Malik Neighbors.
Shout out to Malik Neighbors.
Look out today. I feel good today.
Who went crazy.
The LSU boys went crazy this week.
Hey, is that now wide receiver you? LSU?
Oh, yeah, it's been that.
It's been that. Okay.
You got linebackers at Penn State.
You know, it's been kind of up in the air between USC and LSU as far as wide receivers.
As of late, it's been LSU.
As of late, it's absolutely been LSU. But you have, of course, the Seahawks beating the Dolphins without Tua. Also, they lost another backup quarterback. The Panthers, we already said that. 49ers losing on a comeback. Now, I don't know if I seen that coming. But to me, the biggest surprise, and I'm going to be real with you, to me, out of all, Buffalo, 47-10 over the Jaguars. I actually did not. I started that game and I shut it off.
I was more like shaking my head than surprised because like I kind of knew, but I kind of didn't like expect it. If that make any sense.
No, that makes a lot of sense. It's like you knew that.
It doesn't surprise me, but like you would do this when nobody's thinking about you right now.
Nobody, because there's another game going on, right? While you getting smacked.
Right.
And I will go, before we go into it, I want to ask you, the play, how Buffalo is playing right now. To me, it feels like offensively, Josh Allen, and I ain't trying to say Stephon Diggs was like, cancer in the locker room or nothing. But he was definitely demanding. A diva for sure. We've mentioned that before.
Oh, yeah.
But do you feel like that play as far as offensive coordinator wise to quarterback to let me force you the ball is now showing that like
that can mess up some chemistry, bro?
Especially team is clicking.
Because if you look at it, Josh Allen has hit every last one of his wide receivers.
Every last.
He's hit every.
It's no force.
He's hit every running back.
He hasn't forced nobody.
Everybody has targets. Everybody has receptions.
He hasn't forced anybody.
And look what it's looking like in Houston. It's not looking too good for my boy CJ.
And what did we say? What did we say early in the year when we were discussing that, right? We were discussing, and it was maybe, I don't know if you agree with me on that one, but I did say early in the year when we were discussing that division that I felt like that move, bringing in Stephon Diggs with CJ, with Nico Collins, with Tank Dell, the young core that they have, I felt like it was not necessary at all because you have a wide receiver that comes in that needs the ball. Like, right? So now you're going to disrupt.
We mentioned that he needs to humble up before he get out there because they were clicking.
They were clicking. And now I have to force feed you the ball to feed your ego, number one, but also to justify this contract. You get what I'm saying? It's like Nico Collins was enough, and he's showing you he's still balling. Tank Dell was enough, and unfortunately he has to take the back seat because you paying this guy. I got to get the ball to you. You paying me.
He's still the wild card, though.
Still the wild card.
When you least expect him, he can just pop out and give you an 80-yarder. You know
pop
what I'm
out and show niggas.
Yeah, pop out and show niggas.
But
when I got y'all on my parlay, pop out and show niggas. Bro.
Exactly. And you look at the difference with Josh Allen this year. Right now, touchdown-wise, 4 touchdowns last game, 1 touchdown before, 2 touchdowns before. So as of right now, you're looking at 7 touchdowns to no interceptions. He's been playing smart. He's been playing within the pocket. He'll run when he needs to.
He's been able to follow his keys as opposed to, having pressure on him outside of pressure coming to him.
Exactly. And that's allowing the running game to get going with James Cook, and now you're really seeing what he can do.
You think he can have an MVP season right now?
Who we talking?
Josh Allen.
Yes. If he keeps up with this.
He cooking one.
If he keeps up with this.
We actually didn't even mention him when we were talking about our
because literally, I'm going to be honest with you. I was on that same train with everybody else that I felt like Josh Allen was overrated. He was overrated doing what we expected him to do. But this year, commanding an offense, commanding a team.
A young team.
Out there. Absolutely. Thank you. Commanding a young team that needs you to be the leader. And you stepping up, man, they outside of I didn't even have them in because they lost so many players on defense. They lost so many key guys on offense. I didn't even have them on the radar for their division.
I didn't even think about the games. Bro, outside of the first turnover in the first drive of the opening game?
Yes.
He's been damn near perfect.
Yes.
He's been damn near perfect, bro.
Absolutely.
And as soon as I bet on him, he's going to shit the bed.
Don't bet on him.
I'm not. Not right now. He got to have a bad game first.
Let him cook.
After he have a bad game, then I'll start rocking with him.
Let him keep cooking. Let him cook. Let him keep cooking.
That's my advice to y'all, too. Shit.
Let him keep cooking. Thursday. We don't even really, truly want to discuss Thursday night's game. So we're going to bypass that. That game...
Let me tell you why I don't want to discuss it.
I don't even care to announce why we don't, but go ahead.
We don't have a damn running game.
Jerry Jones.
We can't stop the run.
We have nothing.
Tell your neighbors I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, bro.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Sunday. So we're gonna roll over into our Sunday.
We're gonna
picks.
beat the Giants though.
We have 4 games on the docket right now. So Sunday we have the Steelers at the Colts. Right now the Steelers are -2.5. Total over under 45.5. We have the Vikings at the Packers, which is a really great rivalry. Really early. Hopefully Jordan Love is back for that.
I believe he will be this week.
-2.5. Packers at home. Probably will be because they already -2.5.
Yeah.
So they're expecting him to play. 43.5 is the total. We have the Saints at the Falcons, another rivalry. -2 for the Falcons at home, 42.5 on the total. Then you have the Bills at the Ravens, which the Ravens right now currently sit at -2.5 favorites, and that total is 46.5. And then we have that Monday night football game where you have the Seahawks at the Lions. Lions are sitting at -4 with the total over under at 47.5.
And the Seahawks are undefeated.
Seahawks undefeated, Bills undefeated.
Before we get into that slate,
else
I
undefeated?
do have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
You have the Vikings. You got the Seahawks. You have who else is undefeated right now?
I want to say the
Chiefs. Bills.
Dang, the Bills are undefeated.
Bills are undefeated.
Yep.
There's one more. There's 5 undefeated teams right now, all right? Please look up the 5th one. My question to you is going to be, which of those 5 teams do you think will not see the playoffs? So that's the Steelers, the Vikings, the Bills, Seahawks, and the Chiefs. Which of those teams will not see the playoffs?
Which of those teams will not see the playoffs? That's tough. The way the Bills are rolling right now, I'm gonna say they'll see the playoffs. The Seahawks, they got it going. I'm gonna say they see the playoffs. The Vikings, man, they got it going. Steelers,
They look tough right now.
They got it going. I'm gonna be real with you. If I expect anybody out of that group, because you're asking me to pick a group, if I expect anybody out of that group to not see the playoffs,
You pick as many as you need to.
I'm gonna say the Steelers.
This the year that they don't make it?
I'm gonna say,
This the
and
year
hear
they
me
don't
out.
make
This
it?
is why. I feel like, of course, they have a winning season, just like always, right? The difference is as the games go on, you know, you got Justin Fields, who's he did well last week, but they're managing the game, right? Then you have Russell Wilson. If Russell Wilson comes in, now you disrupt the chemistry, right? Just a little bit. And the defense is only going to be able to do so much, right? So once you start playing these guys, absolutely, and that's why they're undefeated. So when you throw in these other teams that have the ability to put points on the board and start knocking you off, because I really feel like what the Ravens did last week is exactly what they needed to do. They needed to show that, hey, Derrick Henry, let's see what you still got. He still got it in the tank.
He showed a lot.
And what that's going to do is open up the run game for Lamar Jackson, open up the run game for Derrick Henry, and then that's in turn is going to open up the pass game for Bateman, for Zay Flowers. Bateman, who I think is not that really great. I didn't really like him coming out of the draft. But Zay Flowers, you make a little bit more room for Isaiah Likely, and then you also get Mark Andrews healthy. Right?
It's crazy how we took this all the way to Baltimore.
Yeah, we did. And since we're there, we might as well just talk about that game. We have and then we'll go back.
Well, so your answer to my question would have to be the Steelers.
Oh, okay. So let's go to that game then. Let's go to that game. We could really go either way, but let's go to that game. We have first on the docket Steelers at the Colts.
All right, let's get it.
-2.5 Steelers Sunday. So you have pretty much a team that is in control of their destiny right now, and a team who is looking like, what the heck, right? Anthony Richardson is showing you every bit of what you thought he was, And of course,
he played great in the first game. I have to give him that credit.
Absolutely.
I have to give him that credit.
Absolutely. And it's a learning lesson for him. He has only played a few.
And he has a better defense to go against this week with an incredible pass rush that can catch as fast.
So what's your thoughts on this game?
I'm liking the under.
Under? Okay, I can agree.
I love the under more than I love the Pittsburgh Steelers winning.
Okay.
But I would go Pittsburgh -2.5 and the under.
Pittsburgh -2.5 and the under. I like that.
I can see. I already know that Pittsburgh is going to struggle to put up big points.
Yes.
Not saying they can't score. They're going to struggle to put up big numbers.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yes.
And Pittsburgh ain't giving up shit.
No.
So, hey, Anthony Richardson going to have his skates on, bro.
They actually play just like they want to play. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they play just like they want to play, which is let's
not disrespect that running game. Yeah.
Let's
ground and pound with a great defense.
Exactly. Yeah. That's their game. That's
Sound like
their
the
style.
5 Steelers.
That's their game. That's their style.
They just don't got no Big Ben out there.
I'm going to say with this game, I absolutely agree with you on the under. 45.5. Give me that. You know what I mean? I can see this game being an old school, I'm going to control the clock kind of game with the Pittsburgh Steelers. As far as on the Colts side, I think Anthony Richardson will have to show that he can actually throw guys open. Michael Pittman has been non-existent, which you have to get him involved. Jonathan Taylor has been involved, but now you need to figure out how to take just a little bit of the heat off of him. Still let him run. Still let him get 100 because I need it.
I think
for fantasy
60%
purposes.
of their play is going to be RPOs, bro.
Absolutely, because he can run.
Gonna have to be.
You're going to have to figure out how to use him.
Actually, I might even go 75%.
Yeah. Being that they are currently sitting at 1-2, this could be a pivotal game for the Colts and the Pittsburgh Steelers because I answered your questions with I feel like they would be the one out. I am hesitant. Honestly, I'm hesitant, and it's early in the week, but I'm hesitant. But give me the Colts for the +2.5, right? I won't say that they'll win, but I do think this game is closer than what everybody thinks.
I wouldn't shy away from that simply because I've seen what the Colts can do to a +2.5 line.
Yes, lose by 1.
Bro, they can lose by
win by
2.
1.
Yeah.
We'll go over to the Vikings at the Packers. -2.5 Green Bay. Jordan Love expected to be back as of right now. Total under, over, again, 43.5. What you expecting from this game? Rivalry is wide awake right now.
Vikings-Packers?
Yes, sir.
It depends on if Jordan Love plays or is healthy to play because I know what he can do.
Okay.
Keep in mind that he's coming off a sprained MCL.
Okay.
So either way, in the back of your mind, that's going to sit there because I know what that pain feel like.
Right.
I might have to go. Everything in my heart tells me to go Vikings money line. Mm-hmm. That running game in Green Bay is crazy. That defense in Green Bay is crazy. And I can expect Sam Darnold to have a bad game only because he's getting a lot of hype now.
Getting hype. That boy getting all the love.
He is getting love right now, and I don't know if he built for that type of pressure just yet. And I'm not completely sold. I'm sold on Justin Jefferson. I'm not too sold on Sam Darnold just yet. He got to beat me one more time.
Yes.
So I would actually go Packers -2.5, and I don't like going a lot of favors on my tickets.
Yes.
You know, I like betting them dogs, but
Absolutely. Over under 43.5.
I'm not touching it.
Not touching it.
If I did, I'm taking the over.
Okay. Okay. I like that.
Even though it's a great defense, they both have good defenses.
Absolutely.
Shit happens.
It does.
Shit happens when you got a field full of playmakers.
Absolutely.
So, but I think the best part of those defenses are going to come like in them 3rd and 4th down situations. That's when you're going to see them thrive or not. So, that's what I love about defense, bro.
I too don't really love the over and under. 43.5 is like right on the cusp for me. If I'm gonna say anything,
you can have a 24-25 ball game, and it can be like one of the slowest games ever.
Absolutely.
And then there go your money.
And it could have been 7-0 or 10-7 at the first half.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what I would say with this game, if I was to take the over under, give me the under Slight lean to the under. Slight lean to the under.
Honestly, if I bet the total, I'm moving that line, bro.
Yeah.
I'm definitely moving the line.
Absolutely. And for me, I will agree on that end. Sam Darnold, you still got to show me. You know, we got that same thought with Sam Darnold. I don't know.
He's earning my respect, though.
Absolutely.
He don't got it just yet.
He can get. But look, what you also have to take into
I feel like
consideration.
I can hit a wide open Justin Jefferson, nigga.
Anybody can hit a wide open Justin Jefferson. But what you also have to take in consideration.
Pause, by the way.
Yes. What you also have to take in consideration, I would say, would be the fact that the Packers now can roll out either Jordan Love if he's healthy or Malik Willis. So now what does that do to your game plan during the week, right? So now you have to plan for either Jordan Love, who can attack you. He might not attack you on the run because of his legs now.
Oh, he wasn't before then.
But he can if he needs to. He can get some yards on the ground.
It's definitely his last resort.
Yes. However, he will kill you in the air, right? But when you have to prepare for Malik Willis, that's a different type of story. Now you got to prepare for these RPOs. Now you got to prepare for a guy who actually has really great arm strength, maybe not the best accuracy. However, he's making it happen and allowing that offensive run game to thrive even more at this point.
This is definitely one of those games where I'm waiting for the inactive list to come out 90 minutes before kickoff.
No, you absolutely have to wait for that.
Because if we're being completely honest and transparent, I'm not betting on this game if Malik Willis is a starting quarterback. I'm not betting it.
If Malik Willis is the starting quarterback, I'm going to still take the Packers at this point. I don't win against them fools 2 weeks in a row. Yeah. And they done cooked me two weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row. Cooked.
I wouldn't know what to be confident enough to lay my hard-earned money on.
I feel you.
In this game with him as a starting quarterback, because I bet against Sam Darnold versus the Niners, like the rest of the world. Who thought the Niners were still going to lose that ball game?
Nobody.
That's why I need to see it again against a healthier, better defense to know if Sam Darnold is ready to be back in his league.
Yeah, and we'll definitely get a chance to see.
Because I'm not going to say he don't deserve to be here. He was great at USC.
We'll see that. We'll see this weekend. We'll see this weekend. Now we have the Saints at the Falcons. This game and this particular division always seems to come down to three: the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Falcons, or the Saints in rotation. You pick, you choose. Throw it on the dartboard. Say I'm taking them. That's really how this division goes out. But right now, the Saints are cooking. Right, they did lose to the Eagles. Poor showing on their end, which they could have done a lot better at home. But then you have the Falcons with Kirk Cousins, who seems to be getting more comfortable out there, recovering from that Achilles injury, and he's mobile, man. He's getting the rock to Kyle Pitts, who people wrote off.
We've been waiting on him to get some action.
Man, getting the rock to Drake London. Now you see it opening up even more for Bijan Robinson. And that defense is really slept upon by a lot of people, including myself. So what would you say with this particular game, Atlanta -2?
First off, I'm not finna not acknowledge the fact that Kirk Cousins is making Drake London look like a real playmaker out there.
Absolutely. He needed a quarterback.
Yeah, so let's give him his flowers because he never had my respect.
He needed a quarterback.
This game is tough, man, because the Falcons have shown us that they're tough. That they're tough. They are a tough team. Bro. They were always like a little strong on the defensive side of the ball, at least for the past 2 years. It's just they always was missing something, and I feel like a good quarterback play was it.
And that's what they went after.
And that's what they went after. They even got a great backup. So
learning.
God forbid he have to come in.
But he learned.
I'm confident enough to say that he might come in and come out swinging.
Learning that he's a veteran as a young quarterback.
And he's not
25.
young. He's a little older. So.
Yeah.
But I have to pick a winner. Honestly, man, I might. Ooh-wee.
At the crib, who you taking?
It's just hard to bet against what I've seen out of the first 2 weeks from the Saints.
Yes.
Given the fact that the first week was against the Panthers, and then the second week, seeing what they did to us.
Yep.
I think the Falcons might have a better defense than us right now, so I don't believe that shit will happen all over again.
No.
So if I have to be honest, Ooh.
You want to come back to that one?
Nah, bro. I'm finna just go ahead. I'm gonna ride with the Falcons. As of Tuesday, my decision is the Falcons.
Tough. I feel the same way about that game. However,
And I like the over. I don't care.
give me the over. Give me the over. I feel like the showing last week with the Saints, they'll rectify that, and this game is going to be high scoring. You're talking
If it's a
about
close
division
game, it's gonna
rivalry.
be high scoring.
Absolutely, because you're talking about a division rivalry. They know each other very well.
Twice a year, they got to see each other.
They love to face each other. This actually is an early indication of who's going to win that division. To me,
They ain't got to worry about no weather.
no weather because you're in the dome at the Mercedes Dome.
And these fans gonna travel.
Who that nation for sure gonna travel.
Yeah, they gonna travel,
They
bro.
for sure gonna
Especially
travel.
to Atlanta.
So with that being said, like you said, what they did, what they did last week, I don't think that's an indication of who they are. We'll see. But give me the Saints. Give me the Saints plus 2. Give me the Saints plus 2. Roll over to the Bills at the Ravens. Now this really will be an interesting game. Baltimore right now favorite at home 2.5, and that's probably why they're favorite at home 2.5. Total 46.5 over under. What do you see from this game?
Bills money line.
I could tell you what I don't see. I don't see that over.
Hell nah, but I do see Bills money line.
You see the Bills money line. You
For
see
some
Josh
reason-
Allen pulling this out again.
I feel like Josh Allen might put up 30 on their ass again.
Ooh-wee. 30 on the Ravens?
Yeah. Because Ravens ain't fully clicking like we expect them to right now.
Do you think?
Even though they beat us, we're not clicking at all. But you saw how they just kind of like let go in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
There's no way in hell if you got to lead that well, a team with no running game is coming back on y'all like that.
At all.
Don't do that versus the Bills.
Don't do that.
Do not do that
Because
versus the Bills.
Josh Allen
bro.
will cook.
Yeah.
He will absolutely cook. Do you think?
As of right now, he's cooking, bro.
And he will continue to cook
he's gonna-
if that's what you're going to put out again.
It
Right?
seems like Josh Allen playing a hell of a lot smarter too, bro. And
I think he's free, is what it seems like, right?
And Lamar just seems so frustrated with everything. Like they played their asses off in Kansas City. There's no denying that. I don't know what the hell happened against the Raiders,
Me neither.
and I don't know what happened in the fourth quarter against the Cowboys.
Me
You
neither.
ain't supposed to let that come back and get that close
Ever.
because they didn't score in the second half.
Ever. They should absolutely not. And I think
Their
that's
biggest
gonna be a
play in the
driving
second
factor.
half was a first down.
That's it. I think that'll be a driving factor for them. Of course, they got
But now
new
they know
coordinators.
they know they need to start using Derrick Henry more.
You should have been known that before you even.
Yeah.
When you signed him, you should have known that you got to use Derrick Henry. What are you
He
doing?
need about 20 runs a game to get going.
Ain't that what we said last week?
Yeah, you know the train don't just start off fast. You
Man.
gotta get some momentum going.
Got to get it going. And I think because of that, I think what they'll do is put it together. I feel like with that defense, although you have Roquan, I always mess up his
Roquan
Smith back there. I do feel like them allowing Patrick Queen to go to the Steelers, right, kind of
Insane.
messed up a little bit of that chemistry because you needed those two guys in that middle right there. They were dogs together, and they fed off of each other, and they led that defense.
Let me tell you exactly what he mean by like when they feed off each other. If I am one inside linebacker and this is the other, we have our responsibilities. So mainly our responsibility also feeds off the defensive tackles. But
Yes.
however, mine can feed off of yours as well.
Yeah.
So whatever tackle you can't make, your job is to turn it to me.
Yep, absolutely.
And they worked so well together last year. And for that to like come apart,
And they challenged each other
They
because I wanted
challenged
to
each
beat
other.
you to the tackle.
yeah. But nobody plays Superman.
Nobody.
And they did their job.
Yep.
If I can't make the tackle,
I know you got it.
I'm setting you up to.
I know you got
And that
it.
shit worked great.
I know you
all
got
that
it.
shit
And
worked
I
great.
think that was their biggest mistake because Pittsburgh is thriving thanks to that.
Thanks to that.
Thanks to that, Pittsburgh is thriving. So with that
Yeah, that
being
was
said,
crazy to break that up.
2.5, honestly, that 2.5 is kind of tough to take, being that the Bills are rolling like they are.
Win or lose.
Um,
Who is it?
Can I go to point spread instead?
Nope. Win or lose. Who is it?
Point spread, I'm going to say Bills plus 2.5. right?
I'm going to go Bills money line. I hate to say it, bro. I'm not betting against my second favorite team, but
At home,
I will.
man, as of right now, if we're going to go based off of what I've seen, if we're going to go based off of film, if we're going to go based off of chemistry, I'm going to have to take the Bills because I feel like they're clicking right now. And sometimes that's all you need is momentum and you need chemistry to continue. Now, the Ravens can put it together.
I've never seen Josh Allen worried about the Ravens.
No.
Never.
His worry is always the Chiefs.
Always Patrick Mahomes.
So I think they're I think this 2.5 to them might even be disrespectful because we're coming in here killing everybody, and you make me a 2.5 underdog.
I would love to be an underdog like every week.
Yo, okay, you showed me. Give me the Bills money line. give me the Bills money line.
Honestly, bro, that might be my play of the week.
Give me the Bills money line. That
only because I don't want to bet
that don't sound bad at all. World clock says 7:32.
What you trying to say? We need to wrap this shit up. We ain't even got to the meat of the episode yet. I still got something to say.
But and then we'll roll over into that last game. Though we have the Seahawks at the Lions, right? Lions at home in the dome. Ford Field, is it? Is that what they?
I believe so. Ford
Field. -4. So you got the undefeated Seahawks coming in to play the Lions. 47.5 is the total. What do you see from this game?
I do see the Lions getting the win at the crib.
Okay.
I see it being tighter than 4.
Same.
I don't like the 4 personally. Just anybody. I don't like betting it. I like to always like buy it down to 3, maybe 2.5.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be a bad idea to go Seahawks +4. Mm-hmm. But I do see the Lions winning this ball game. Seahawks they've been looking nice.
Yeah.
They've been looking nice. I think they've also kind of been like getting by
quietly,
yeah. So I think it's time to.
And
we still believe that the Lions are a formidable team. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it hasn't looked like it, but I still think they got it. And at the crib, they'll show them something. So I want to go. I'm gonna go Lions money line. I'm not necessarily gonna touch those points.
What I'm gonna do is I'm going to say this here. I love the over, 47.5. The Lions.
I don't love it, but I can see it.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I love the over just because I feel like the Lions, when they're rolling on offense, right? I don't know if they're gonna come in with the same respect as with the Seahawks because they're at home, number one, right? They played people differently, right, to me. So they really don't know what to truly expect from this head coach now. That's not Pete Carroll. Seahawks do have to travel to Detroit. The Seahawks are rolling.
I feel like they don't have an identity yet, though. Like,
who?
Seahawks.
That's a good thing sometimes.
Yeah, it's hard to defend against.
Because now, like you just said, as a defender, who do I stop? Who do I stop? Do I stop Jackson Smith and Jigba? Do I stop DK Metcalf? If I get a healthy...
You gotta mentally stop Metcalf. Get in his head, bro.
That's the only way. If I can get Ken Walker back to running the ball if he's not hurt, oh, man, he's going to do damage. Zach Charbonnet, he can do damage. But I would definitely rather have Ken Walker back there doing the damage. And then you have to still worry about Tyler Lockett, who can kill you at any moment. Silent assassin is what I would consider him, right? And Geno Smith is showing that he's getting more comfortable in this system here. Now, with the other side of the ball, we're talking about the Lions. You're talking about David Montgomery. Run the ball, get me into the red zone. Shoot, outside of the red zone, he's still got power and speed. And he's going to run that ball into the end zone.
And I'm going to say this every time his name is brought up. He is becoming one of my favorite running backs right now. So.
I don't disagree.
Even though he's not an every down back.
But you know he's going to get you a touchdown.
Get the job done.
He's going to get you
job done.
He's going to get you a touchdown.
Give me in the red zone. I'll give you 6.
He's going to get you that touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, man, he's a gadget. That kid, that guy, he's out there He gonna get you there.
He's not a guy that I would particularly put on an anytime touchdown bet.
No,
though.
because you don't know if you're gonna get it out of him or not. You almost have to expect him to catch or run far and just go. And if it gets into the red zone, forget about it.
You betting on a home run every time you betting on it.
Absolutely. For an anytime touchdown, I definitely agree.
Not saying he don't get in that end zone, but
yeah. I don't know what kind of end zones he's getting in, but that ain't none of my business.
he get there, but he not getting there when I want him to. So.
St. Brown, you still got him over there.
Yep.
So, you know, he's a physical force in itself.
He got off to a slow start this year.
Absolutely, but I think that's because they kind of figured out Jared Goff, which is like, let me force. It's like every other team.
His paycheck's looking a little different.
Yeah, let me force, and let me stop that guy.
No,
nah, I think it's still there. We're gonna see.
All right.
We're gonna see. But with
Just
that
know
all
he's
being
not
said,
my guy like how he used to be my guy.
give me the over, 47.5.
I'm not scared of the over. I like
give
it.
me the Seahawks +4.
So we don't agree on nothing this week.
Nah, give me the Seahawks.
We agree on all the totals.
Give me the Seahawks +4.
Yeah, well, I like the Lions money line. I don't really care about the points, so.
Yeah, give me the +4. So
we both can win at the same time.
Absolutely.
Let's get it.
Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Now, really quick, you have anybody that you eyeballing before we get up out of here?
I'm going to say David Montgomery so you don't steal it.
No, we ain't even talking about touchdowns.
Oh, I'm ready for it.
Let's talk about anybody that's props you expecting to just go crazy. Just anybody random.
You know what?
We don't even have the props up, but just because it's early in the week, you don't really get the props. But
no, I'm glad you asked that because I've been thinking, I think CJ due for a big one.
CJ Stroud?
Yeah.
I was just, man,
yeah, they're playing the Jaguars, and I think he due for a great game because he just looked so defeated last week.
He did.
I know he don't like that feeling, and I know he could have done better, and I feel like he will. So I'm expecting a big game out of him. I do expect a good game out of who else was I was just thinking about this shit earlier today.
So if you was to throw out, because we don't have that available to us, if you was to throw out a player prop that you would, you know what you're going to get out of CJ, what do you expect from him? Like, what would you take?
Oh, I'm thinking his yardage might be somewhere around 240 passing.
240 passing?
Maybe
okay.
up to 260.
Okay.
So I can see that. I can see him being around that ballpark, 240 to 260, over it, whatever it is.
Okay.
I've been touching his.
Hope you ain't been touching that never.
Come on, my nigga. I'm talking sports. You reach down and grab the flag if you want to throw it, or shut the hell up. I've been active with his over on his touchdown passes.
Okay.
1.5. I got one the first week. I didn't get the last one that I did.
Okay.
But I'm expecting a good game out of him.
All right.
Are we getting Dixon back or Mixon back? Joe Mixon?
I don't know yet. I haven't heard anything yet, but
I think him being out also kind of crippled him a little bit. Mm-hmm. But if he's coming back, I'm definitely expecting CJ to have a great game.
You know what I'm going to give you? I'm going to say New York Jets. Game on my docket. And give me Aaron Rodgers to go for... Give me Aaron Rodgers to go for 275.
I expect them to bully the Broncos.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to prove a point, especially for Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah, no, that's why I said it.
Give me that 275.
That's why I say they're going to bully them. So I'll take that 7.5 quickly.
And give me a breakout party of Garrett Wilson because it's due. He's due.
Yeah, we finally got the first one out the way.
We got that first touchdown, but he's due for a breakout game because they just could not connect on certain routes, but he's absolutely due. So if I'm going to take, of course, give me Aaron Rodgers 275. Give me Garrett Wilson 100 this week, 100. Outside of that, you got anything for the people?
Hold on. While we still on that game, the backup running back out there, Allen.
Oh, man, yes.
Oddball. I want to throw him on the 3-leg parlay. I'm taking off David Montgomery, so anybody else can have him.
Okay. All right. Cool. I like that.
So, yeah, I like him to have a decent game. We going to do the parlay here, or we going to do it on the...
We're going to do it on the next, on the side show.
So what you got to say?
Hey, I don't got nothing to say. What you got to say?
Let me tell you what I got to say. The same thing I say every week. Like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend,
tell 10,
tell 20,
tell 20.
We getting that
Dawg Money. If you smell that grass.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Love y'all.
Peace.
I'm a little sauced.
We was real analytical today.
Yeah. I'll be remiss if I wasn't today.